And all of this thinking reminds me that, well, we've all had a long day. I'm pretty exhausted, physically, mentally, and everything else. I settle in for a short nap until we reach the apartment, resting my head against the back of my seat. Oh, that's not comfortable at all. The bus lifts to one side as we make a sharp turn, and my head lolls onto Nair's shoulder. She grunts but doesn't wake up to punch me in the face, so I just stay there. It's so much more comfier than that position to sleep than trying to keep my neck craned upward as I drift off. I reason that I'll be able to process the day's events much more easily when I wake up anyway. At least I hope so. Something feels off about this. I'm very obviously dreaming, but I've never been aware that I'm dreaming without waking up before. There's nothing but darkness around me, as we see! Darkness and a dim outline of something in the distance. When no other choice presents itself, I make my way toward the shape ahead. As I get closer, it splits into two, and I can soon make out the form of a woman standing next to a door.
About time you showed up, useless.
I'd recognize that voice in my sleep. I mean, obviously, because I just recognized it. I finally reach the door, and the person standing next to it is indeed Nerith. She grins.
Well, I didn't think you'd be able to unfuck yourself long enough to do it, but you managed to impress me, hero.
Unfuck myself? What does this mean?
You found the doorway.
I guess I did, since we're presumably in my dream, but I don't really feel like I've accomplished anything. All I did was fall asleep. Why do you think it worked this time, and not any other time I've fallen asleep? Nerith gives a careless shrug.
It could be that the spell had a time limit. Or maybe it's because we fell asleep together for the first time.
Oh, you said it so... You worded
It
that
could
wrong.
even be the simple fact that you fell asleep touching me.
Oh, you worded that wrong too.
You have a really heavy fat head, by the way.
Wow. I want to argue that it can't be that easy, but the evidence is staring us right in the face. As if sensing that our conversation is over, the doorway starts to glow with light around its edges, almost as if...
It's calling me home.
No! She doesn't say it with hesitance or excitement, just acceptance. You don't have to go if you don't want. Her snort is comforting and familiar enough that I relax despite the setting. I even feel a small smile form on my lips in answer to hers.
I do have to go. At least in my world, I have a purpose. Besides, I miss being able to raid, loot, and maim anytime I want.
I mean, everyone would. I don't blame you. Her grin stretches wide as she offers one last, uncharacteristically gentle slap on the back of my head.
Do yourself a favor and man the fuck up.
Uh...
Tell that cute girl how you feel and stop wasting her time.
With those parting words, she opens the door, letting out a flood of golden light, and without looking back, steps through. No! I shut the door and lock it behind her to make sure nothing else can get out. Oh, well, the instant I let the latch drop, I wake up with a loud snort. I'm alone, sitting on the bus where Nerith had only been minutes before. The bus is parked right at my stop, and I scramble to get off before the driver leaves. He gives me an extremely odd look as I step down, and I wonder if he remembers the girl I got on with. Outside, the air feels chilly, chillier than usual, or at least I notice it more now that I'm alone. I simply stand there for a time, wondering if the events of the past couple weeks really ever happened. I stand there so long, it's a surprise when someone touches me gently on the arm.
Hikaru, are you alright?
No, not really. Oh, hi. I turn and see a concerned Mika holding my sleeve uncertainly. It takes me a second to realize she's waiting on my response. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
No, not really. She bites her lip.
Where's Nerith-chan?
Oh god, and you remember too? I'm a little surprised to hear the name said so easily. Was it all real after all? She had to go back home. I'm sorry, Mika-chan, but you just missed her.
Oh.
She looks genuinely disappointed.
That's a shame. She seemed really cool and interesting.
Oh, you don't know the half of it?
I would have liked to get to know her better.
Speaking about Nerith, Tamika makes me wonder. If everything about her was real, should I take her final parting words to heart? Tell her how I feel? I gather my courage and open my mouth. Mika-chan, And then she looks me directly into the eyes. There's nothing aggressive about it, only curious, and I still shrink away. All of my old insecurities falling back into place at such a familiar scenario. Stomach flooded with butterflies, I spout the first bit of nonsense that pops into my head. Okay, I wanted to wash those dishes you lent me before giving them back. You just give me a few minutes and I'll bring them by your apartment.
Oh, sure. That's fine.
Aw, come on, man. If she looked disappointed before, it doesn't hold a candle to the expression she's wearing now. But come on! I turn my back on those big, sad eyes of hers and practically run toward the apartment building. I curse myself the whole way up the stairs, through the living room, and into the bedroom, where I immediately jumped on the computer. The login screen of Celestial Crossing beams at me with Nerith's character rendered in all its three-dimensional glory. I click on her inventory menu and try not to imagine the scowl of disapproval she'd be wearing right now. Her digital face blinks at me accusingly, and I find myself reassuring her. Next time. I promise I'll do it next time. Aww. Damn it! I don't feel like that's a good ending. I don't like endings that aren't good. Son of a bitch! Is it because I was kind of wishy-washy the whole time? I feel like it was because I was wishy-washy the whole time. God damn it! Oh. How many endings are there? I wonder if they... Hey, I recognize a lot of this music. But, ugh. I don't know how I feel about this. I think I want to go back and play... Or, I want to get a good ending. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. You know what? I don't normally do this, but I think I'm gonna go back and try to find an ending that we can all at least be somewhat satisfied with. Because that was ending 2, so I just wonder how many endings there actually are. There has to be more than just one good ending, right? You know what? Like I said, I'll just be right back, friends. Okay, so I did a little bit of a timey-wimey, go back in time, wee-wimey thing. Yeah. And I really only changed one decision, and that was when Mika came in and saw Nerith, and I was like trying to make her jealous and shit. Didn't work out, apparently. And yeah. And instead, I pretty much, me and Nerith were like, oh no, we're not together or anything. We're just family, you know. And so, hopefully, this is different to me. It's right before the con, and we're gonna figure out where this goes. So here we go. It's a couple days before the con, and I'm beginning to sweat. I mean, the plan is still the best shot we have at figuring out how to get Nerith back home, but it's definitely not what I would call foolproof. No, it is not. All I can do to try and offset the many potential pitfalls is to make sure that I have everything figured out on my end. Right now, that just means memorizing the panel time and location and trying to work out what questions to ask them ahead of time. I'm researching the developers when Nerith's bored voice draws from the living room.
Hey, useless! Your magic picture box stopped working. Come fix it.
I showed you how to use the remote control just this morning. Figure it out yourself. She comes stomping moodily into the room. stopping in the doorway and leaning against it with a surly pout.
You would have done it for me a week ago.
Yeah, yeah, well, a week ago you scared the shit out of me. She snorts before tilting her head and squinting past me at the computer monitor I've been staring at all morning.
What are you even doing in here? Isn't that just a smaller Pixar box thing?
I mean, in essence, yes. I'm trying to figure out what we'll say to the developers when we get to the panel. Getting you a ticket will be useless if I freeze up and draw a blank as soon as we get their attention. She doesn't even let me finish talking, instead rolling her eyes at my dull expression and heading toward the balcony for some fresh air. Fine by me. I concentrate better without any extra noise anyway. I do a search for pictures of the developers, hoping to recognize them on sight and identify the ones that are most likely to have the answers when I hear the balcony door fly open again. Whoa! Footsteps approach, and I look up in time to see Nerith blow into the room excitedly.
Yakisoba bread! Now!
What, huh? What right now? Didn't I just...
And not from the regular store either. It has to be from the big store.
What the fuck are you talking about? I blink, completely pulsed. Which store is the big...
The big store, useless. The store that's made up of all the smaller stores.
She's so excited she's not letting me finish any of my sentences. You mean the mall?
Yes, I need bread from the mall right now.
Why the fuck is she suddenly so, excited about... I mean, it's the bread, but... she's grabbing my shoes before I can even form a coherent protest. Nerith, I don't have time to run out and buy you bread right now, especially not from the mall. The nearest one is within walking distance, but it's a good 15-minute trek away. Nerith lowers her brows and crosses her arms in a stance designed to be as intimidating as possible.
We can do this one of two ways. You can suck it up and go under your own power, or I can whip up a special spell.
Oh, no, don't do it.
And if you happen to realize later that you forgot to wear pants, well...
Fine. I jam my feet into my shoes with poor grace, grabbing the house keys from the table on the way. Just before I head out, though, Nerith stops me. My frown doesn't do much to faze her, and instead she looks up at me with a bizarrely serious face.
Just take a breath and relax, okay?
The fuck you talking about? I'm going to get bread. This seems like an overreaction, but it's puzzling enough that I feel some anger drain away.
And, be yourself or whatever.
Hold the fucking phone. I blink at her confused. The fuck? Oh my god, hold on! Is Nerith being the ultimate wingman? Oh my god. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Without a word, she shoves me out the door and closes it behind me. The last thing I see is her oddly embarrassed expression. Okay. Needless to say, I head for the mall, grumbling to myself the whole damn way. It takes me a while to find the bread, and by the time I have it in hand, I've cooled down enough to wonder why Nerith thought it was so important for me to buy it here at this particular time. Her comments were irritatingly cryptic. Since I'm already out, I take a minute to glance around and spot my favorite video game store in the distance, 'cause I'm a nerd. A few seconds of browsing shouldn't mess up my plans for the day any more than they are already messed up. I'm not even halfway there when I see Mika sitting at a table outside a nearby cafe. Yes! Ultimate Wingman! Honestly, I might have walked right by if the red eyes and wet cheeks hadn't grabbed my attention. Well, I hover a step closer, unsure whether or not I should say hello. She looks really upset. And I'm not the best when it comes to complex social interactions. Of course, she chooses this precise moment to glance up and notice me standing there.
Hikaru-kun?
Okay. Well, why didn't I just greet her like a normal person instead of stopping to stare? I wave lamely, trying my best not to smile too wide or do anything that might make me come across even creepier than I already have. Luckily, she's too busy looking away to hide her tears. I pause, panicking a bit. Should I try and say something comforting? Or would it be better to pretend that she's just dabbing at her mouth and not furtively using the napkin to wipe her off her face instead? Before I can do more than approach the table, she's already looking up at me with a slightly forced smile on her features.
Hey, I'm surprised to see you here. You don't hang out at the mall much, do you?
No, not really. Oh, God.
Oh, well, do you want to walk around with me for a little while?
Her smile dims and she looks so desperate for company that I nod without a second thought. She stands up and I notice for the first time how nicely she's dressed. Yes, she is. It's hard not to let my eyes wander, but I'm not depraved enough to ogle her while she's obviously in distress. We pass by a few stores, and her attention wanders to the different couples walking by. Oh, God. I gulp, realizing belatedly that the mall is such a popular date night destination, we probably look like a couple too. If the situation makes her uncomfortable, she doesn't show it, and after a few more steps, she finally speaks.
I guess there's no point hoping you didn't see me bawling my eyes out back there, huh?
You just looked like you were crying a little bit. I wouldn't have said bawling. She cracks a wry smile at that and looks up at me with an expression that makes my heart lurch sickeningly.
You say that like my eyes aren't puffy and my nose isn't bright red right now.
I mean, it's not that bad. Oh, try and oh, Jesus, oh, God. I mean, I want to know why she was upset. But then I'll just be like, I'll just comfort her, I guess. They aren't. I mean, no more than usual, I think. Not that they're usually puffy and red, God, man, I need to stop fucking talking. She raises an eyebrow at me before bursting into soft giggles.
Thanks, Hikaru-kun. I think.
Oh, I don't know anymore. She sticks her tongue out me playfully, and I'm at least happy that I managed to cheer her up a bit.
Well, the reason I was crying is because I was on a date.
Oh. I feel like someone hits the pause button on my life as my entire mood plummets upon hearing those 5 words. I mean, I'd always known she dated, but seeing evidence of it firsthand makes the fact seem so much more real.
And when I told him I didn't want to see him again after it was over.
Oh, she's not smiling anymore. In fact, she looks like she's fighting back tears again, and her voice is hoarse when she eventually forces herself to go on.
Let's just say he wasn't very nice about it.
What an asshole. Where is he? I'll kick his ass. Actually, no, Did he hurt you? I don't know what I would plan to do about it if she answers with an affirmative, but some deeply ingrained masculine part of me asks anyway, because I have to know. Thankfully, she shakes her head quickly.
No, nothing like that.
Whew.
He was just an asshole calling me a tease and a whore.
Whoa! Wow! Okay. She wrings her hands slightly and sniffs back a few more tears.
Sorry, I know it's stupid to get so worked up about it.
Her forced laugh comes out sounding more like a hiccup.
I mean, the only reason I went on this stupid date with him in the first place was because he kept asking. And I agreed so long ago that I couldn't put him off anymore. I tried to tell him I wasn't interested, but he insisted I'd already promised.
I'm not sure what my face is doing, but when she peeks up at me, she offers her final defense, shrugging helplessly.
I didn't know how to get out of it without being a bitch.
Ask her why she changed her mind about that. Assure her that she's better off without him. Well, dude, she clearly has the hots for you, but, god damn it. These decisions mean more than you'd probably assume. Assure her that she's better off without him. Oh, I'd probably do that one if it was me. My curious side, though, I would, I mean, I don't have to ask, but then again, the main character, he's not good on signals. I'll just, well, it sounds like you made the right decision anyway. He didn't have to be such a jerk about it.
I know.
Fucking loser. We stop walking and she turns her full body towards me. Something about her looks smaller and more fragile than usual. Her eyes seem huge as they look up at me, though through dark, wet lashes.
It hurt to hear him call me those things, especially since part of me feels like I did lead him on a bit. I shouldn't have said yes in the first place.
I mean, you're probably right there.
It hurt even though I didn't really like him.
She sniffs again, and this time she can't hold back a few more tears. Her laugh comes out sounding self-deprecating and bitter. I immediately hate it because sounds that ugly shouldn't be coming out of her.
That's pretty stupid, right?
Oh god, wait until she stops crying. No, man, you hold her, man. Hold her. Something comes over me as I watch her sob over this stupid loser whose face I'd like to punch in the goddamn... I also punch him in the dick. Before I even fully wrap my mind around what I'm doing, she's there in my arms and my head is spinning at the soft scent of her shampoo. Everything about her is soft, in fact. Her warmth seeps into me as I rub her back in small soothing circles. It feels unbelievably satisfying to hold her like this and hear the way her crying gradually tapers off. There's a gentle tugging at my back and my heart gives a nervous spasm when I realize that her small hands are clenching in the fabric of my shirt. She returns the hug but leans away far too soon, electing to wipe the moisture off her face with some embarrassment.
Sorry, I think your shirt's all wet now.
It's fine. And you're not stupid. She smiles up at me with real gratitude and it feels amazingly empowering. Like I could take on 5 Neriths and live to tell about it, though I probably wouldn't because Nerith is fucking scary.
Walk me home?
Her soft question is a surprise, but I don't mind it. This has been a day full of developments after all. Holy shit. Nerith, I feel like Nerith planned this out. I don't... Oh, how though? The way back is peppered with conversation. She asks what Nerith has been up to and laughs when I tell her a highly edited version of how she got me into a fight with our neighbor. What?
Why would she do that though?
I don't know. She's Nerith. She lives to make my life miserable.
Nothing like family, huh?
She winks and I notice that the change in topic has cheered her up immensely.
At the end of the day though, I think you two really must care about each other a lot.
Define care.
You wouldn't be able to laugh about it like this if you didn't.
I suppose you're right. There's a thought. I switched the subject since I have no idea what to make of her analysis on my friendship with Nerith. Do you feel any better now?
Yeah. In the past, I've always just gone out with guys who chase me, but most of them turn out to be insensitive, emotionless assholes.
She turns to face me with a small knowing grin, and I nearly trip over my own feet. Oh,
I think I just need to reevaluate the kind of guys I date.
there's one standing in front of you. Oh, I didn't say that. I tell myself firmly that we're almost back to the apartments. Humiliating myself by running into a sign or falling into a pothole is not an option.
By the way, are you ever going to tell me why you went all the way out to the mall to buy some yakisoba bread?
No, not doing it. I looked down at the bag of bread in my hand somewhat dumbly. I'd forgotten the whole reason I'd left the house this morning. It was Nerith. She knew. Yup. Somehow she knew that Mika would be at the mall and that I would see her there. I think back to all the unsubtle comments she's made about Mika and me over the past few weeks, and I wonder if she's been plotting something like this from the beginning. Ultimate wingman! Add that to that, the cryptic comments she made right before I left, and I find myself laughing out loud at the thought of her little matchmaking schemes. She's a big softy after all. I don't mean to say it out loud, but I just shake my head at Mika's understandably confused look. The bread's for her. It's pretty much all she eats. Her small nose wrinkles cutely.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Oh, it's not. But have you seen her six-pack? Jesus. I laugh and ask her about her life at the university just before we finally reach the apartments. She explains her area of study, industrial chemistry, and tells me a few funny stories about her teachers as we slowly climb the many stairs leading up to our floor. By some kind of unspoken but mutual understanding, we part at the precise halfway between our homes. I can already hear some kind of loud noise coming from the direction of my apartment, but I just ignore it. Nothing matters more than the fact that Mika is here, and she's looking at me like I'm more than just the weird neighbor who used to follow her around when we were kids.
Thanks, Hikaru-kun, for everything.
She self-consciously tucks a strand of her hair behind her ear, and I start to realize that this must be some nervous habit of hers.
I feel really lucky, actually.
Lucky?
My date didn't work out, but I still had someone around to walk me home at the end of the night.
Ah! Her smile is shy and sincere as she takes a small step closer to me. Oh,
You should fill in for my dates more often.
oh, come on, man. She's... Oh, tell her you don't... Oh, my God. Oh. Can I just... Oh, God. Okay. It's either you're playing the long game, right? That you tell her you'll always be there anytime she needs, but that sounds more like friend. We want a happy ending here, don't we? Regardless of what it is. But tell her you don't just want to fill it. Come on, man. Oh, God. This might be bad. It's so hard to think with her stepping into my space and breathing the way she is. I hear words coming out of my mouth, but I don't have the presence of mind to stop them. Only fill in? If I hadn't already been aware of her breathing, I wouldn't have noticed it stuttered to a stop. She's so close. I measured the distance in my head like some kind of robot, trying to figure out how much or how little I'd have to bend in order to kiss her that pretty mouth. She inhales, and the distance between us shrinks even more.
Good night, Hikaru-kun.
No! Fuck! I'm embarrassed at how hard I'm breathing, but then she tilts her head with a flushed smile and quickly flounces back toward her apartment. Ass! The looks she sends me as the door closes behind her is very promising. I don't know how long I stand there with a silly grin on my face, but my toes start to go numb. I've realized that I've been gone a long time, and Nerith is probably waiting for her bread and she's gonna kill me. The kitchen is a disaster when I step in, of course. I seriously doubt Nerith is capable of going an entire day without messing something up. Speaking of which, the dark elf is laid out on the living room sofa asleep. The mysterious noises that I could hear all the way down the hall were apparently just the product of the TV being on and the volume almost being at max. Sighing, I try to summon up some righteous anger at the warlock and come up empty. It's hard to get pissed off when everything in your shitty life feels right for once. Instead, I pick up the remote and set the volume on mute. Ironically, it's the total lack of noise that causes Nerith to wake up with her usual ladylike snort. Her bleary looking eyes take a moment to focus on me, but when they do, she smirks.
How'd it go?
Son of a bitch. Purposely ignoring the question, I drop the bag of yakisoba bread on the floor next to her seat on the couch. Got what you wanted. She frowns at the evasion before looking down at the bread. It's hard not to burst out laughing at the fact that she's forgotten what her excuse to get me out of the house even was. It takes a while, but she obviously figures it out and swiftly plucks one out of the bag. Fine. Let her play it off like she isn't a romantic underneath all that bluster.
Thanks.
No. Thank you, Nerith. I don't bother to clarify what I'm thanking her for. I don't need to. We both already know. She gives me a short nod and a tiny smile before pulling her yakisoba bread out of its wrapper and nibbling on it. Soon the dark elf is happily watching TV, volume likely blasting through the whole building. I can't bring myself to care too much as I make my way back to my room and boot up the computer. I go to sleep that night in my own bed for the first time in weeks. Oh, man. Oh, okay, I think this is the convention now. You know what? I'll be back when, if something crazy different happens. Okay, so, most visual novels do this thing where when you hit the control key, you can, skip the text you already read, and it'll stop right when you've reached a point where you haven't even seen yet. AKA, like, different routes, endings, whatever, or just text you haven't seen, it'll just stop. And I'm at that point, and this is right after the con, made all the same decisions I did previously, telling her she's real, and, and this is after me thinking about all the craziness that was just explained. And, well, would having Nerith around for the foreseeable future really be that awful? I'm almost surprised to realize that no, it really wouldn't be that bad. Nerith's a pain in the ass for sure. But I've always wanted to change things around in my life. Be tougher, stronger. and she's been the only one who could force me to do that. Mostly because she's a hard ass, but also because I think of her as a friend, crazy as it sounds, even in my head. And as much as she's helped me, I feel like I've helped her too. A week ago, it wouldn't have been possible for her to show some kind of weakness around me. Today, though, she reached out. She asked me if she was real, and my answer actually mattered. I can't help wanting more of that. To watch her become more grounded and able to rely on me. To see that I'm someone she can trust to have her back the way she's always had mine. So no, it wouldn't be too horrible to have my friend hang around a little while longer. A yawn rises up from my chest. Okay, oh god, I'm exhausted, man. Oh no, am I gonna do the thing? With the, oh don't do, oh no, the sleep and the glaive and... Here comes. Here comes. Oh no. It's gonna be the dream where Nerith goes off and no! No! Here he comes! Darkness! Not the door! I hate the door! I don't want my wingman to leave. The door.
About time you showed up, useless.
Oh, Nerith, why? Oh, here we go. I just want to see if anything else happens. Like if Nerith is gonna be like, well, I'll see you later, but good luck with that girl, man, or something. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't think you'd be able to unfuck yourself long enough to do it, but you managed to impress me, hero.
I love unfuck.
You found the doorway.
I regret nothing. Oh! I look at her with my brow furrowed and realized I don't want her to go. Still, it's not like she'd leave her entire world behind to hang out in mine. I'd rather chew and sand than ask her to do that. Instead, I shoot for nonchalance. So you're heading back home then, huh? She laughs loudly, her whole face brightens up, and it's the happiest I've ever seen the elf.
No need to give me that kicked puppy look.
Her expression settles into its usual arrogant smirk, and she gives me a playful punch on the shoulder.
If I leave, who's going to keep your head out of your ass?
Whoa, wait a minute.
You think I'd let all of that self-confidence I drilled into you just disintegrate the minute I'm gone?
Whoa!
Fuck that. I'm just here to make sure we close this stupid door for good so nothing else can get through.
But what about your life and your whole world and the...
You mean my fake life in a pretend world? Why go back when I'm a real person here?
Yes! I'm dumbfounded that my words had such an impact on her. I gape for a minute before she snaps her fingers in front of my eyes impatiently.
Since you're here, care to do the honors?
She gestures towards the door, which is starting to glow around the edges, almost like it's beckoning us through. Creeped out, I shut it tight and throw the latch that appears to be out on the outside. Oh my god! The moment it locks, I feel a light smack on the top of my head and jolt awake.
We're home, useless. Get your fat head off me.
Despite her less than gentle wake-up, she's smiling. I grin back and we make our way off the bus. The bus stop is otherwise pretty much deserted, except for a figure making its way toward us in the dark. I lead the way forward only to bump almost literally into Mika.
Hikaru, Nerith-chan, fancy meeting you two here.
Oh man. She laughs a bit, giving Nerith a small wave before looking up at me. I might be imagining it, but she seems to be fidgeting more than usual, playing with the hem of her skirt and pushing strands of her hair out of her face as she talks.
Since you're here, I was wondering if you could grab the dishes I lent you guys the other day when I brought food.
I open my mouth, but Nerith abruptly speaks over me.
No problem, I'll run ahead and grab them.
She gives me a very pointed look as I dig in my pocket for the key to give her. The look clearly says, "Don't fuck this up." I try to nod my understanding at her discreetly, and she smirks, punching my shoulder once before turning toward the apartment in the dark.
Does she always do that?
Kinda. Yeah, pretty much. Mika and I walk toward the building a few steps before my hand shoots out, almost of its own accord, to stop her. Mika-chan, wait. She turns to face me, and her face is illuminated in the light of the nearby street lamp. She's beautiful. Her eyes are wide and warm, and there's definitely affection there. Is there also a glimmer of attraction? It's hard to tell, and I'm no expert on women, clearly. But after everything else I've been through, this finally feels like something I can take a chance on. I take a deep breath and call on the self-confidence I've gathered from going through such a life-changing ordeal. Mika-chan, there's something I need to tell you. She says nothing. Instead, her cheeks light up softly with a blush, and her smile turns shy and hopeful. Oh. See, there's a better ending. Oh, man. So that ending is presumably I get with Mika while also keeping Nerith around as like my bro, pretty much. That sounds perfect. That sounds like the best ending I could have asked for. Oh my god. So that's two endings. Like I normally only do the one ending, but I really don't like bad endings, guys. Like I've done games where I just do my one ending rule and that's it, and it's a bad ending, and then I feel like I want to hurt myself afterwards because it's a bad ending. This one I didn't want a bad ending. But that was a lot better. Oh, I feel happy now. I'm good. Celestial Crossing, everyone. If you want to go, get it for yourself and find all the other endings. Go do it. I mean, I don't know how many there are. And like one decision changed that ending so drastically. Jesus. Like I said, I only changed the whole like me and Nerith. I wasn't trying to make Mika jealous that time. Instead, I told her that Nerith and I were family. Like, that was the only choice I changed, and it was so drastic, and I loved every second of it. Oh, short and sweet, Celestial Crossing. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.